Learn some helpful tips to sewing triangles with perfectly matched points. Let's get started. Hey guys, Tiffany with Tiffany Green Designs here. I wanted to pop on because I'm working on a pattern that I will release later this year called Pointy Pumpkins. And it's dealing with a small triangle template. So I have a couple tips for you when dealing with triangles and also cutting on bias. So first of all, I'm going to be sewing these 3 triangles together here. And when I cut them, I cut the edges that I know I'm going to be piecing together in a row on the bias. And then the bottom and top straight edge have been cut not on the bias. So if I were to pick this up and show you here, if I tug right here, it's pretty stable. But if I tug here, you're gonna see there's a little stretch just as there is on this side. It can get a little confusing because you're going to end up with some dog ears. So I'm going to show you what I do. So first one's pretty easy. I'm just going to flip this over here and I'm going to sew on these from point to point here. So I'm going to go ahead and sew that together real quick. So here's my 1/4 inch seam. And then when I open it here, I'm gonna use my Violet Craft wood roller and I'm just gonna press the seam real quick just to get a nice crisp edge. Okay, so you notice that you have a dog ear on each end, okay, from working with the angles that we're working with. Always line up your point with the side that has not been sewn and let your dog ear hang off on the other. So let me sew that up real quick and show you. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, use my roller, and now when you look at this, we've lined up our edges here and our corners down here are really precise. So when you continue going, the next piece that you would add is going to line up here and have a dog ear hang off on this side. So you always want to line it up with the corner that has not been sewn yet. Don't cut your dog ears off as you're going through and sewing everything. These dog ears are actually really helpful when lining up your blocks together, your pieces together, your strips together, and you can use these as a placement tool to help you so that your points here always line up. Here's how the dog ears can work to your benefit when you are attaching various pieces together that have angles like this. So this is what I need to attach right here, this strip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna line up these dog ears. So instead of me trying to look here, did I line up these 2 lines and try and pull them apart and do that, it's a little bit more work. I know that if I line up these right here, that this should be in line, the points should be in line. So what I do is I line them up by the dog ears. So I've gone ahead and I've stitched my 1/4 inch seam allowance here. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over so we can check out the points. And these are the points that we're matching up here, these corner points. So as you can see, without having to constantly pull it apart and look to make sure that these lines were matching up, I use those dog ears here. These little flaps that kind of stick up on angled quilt pieces. These are called dog ears, and so I matched those up to help me get my precise points. Hopefully that helps you when you are sewing your points together, and you can see on here, my points are looking pretty good across the board, and I did the same method across all of them. All right, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.